For today's tutorial, we will be learning how to make a pull-string piñata. And I'm going to be giving you two options. Option number one is for when an adult will be the one opening the piñata for the kids. And then the option number two is for when the kids are going to be playing it as a game and they're going to be taking turns to pull the strings, but then only one of those strings will actually open the piñata. And for this tutorial, I'm going to be using this number one piñata that I made in a previous video. So if you want to learn how to make this number one piñata, just go and have a look at the description and you will find the links to the tutorials there. Okay, so let's get started. For this project, you're going to need obviously the piñata that you want to make into a pull string. You will need a box cutter or utility knife, some ribbons for the strings, and hot glue gun. So the first thing you want to do is take a pencil and draw a rectangle at the bottom of your piñata. Make it just big enough so that the candles will fall easily. And then you're going to take your box cutter and you're going to create the opening. And once you do that, you're going to take a rectangular piece of cardboard and you're going to attach it to the inside of the flap that you just opened. And this rectangle should stick out from the flap by approximately 1 and 1.5 inches. And then you will pierce a hole in the middle of the flap by using a screwdriver or your scissors. So now let's go over option number one, which is also the easiest, by the way. And this is for when the piñata will be opened by an adult. So you're going to take your ribbon. I am using this type of ribbon from Amazon. It's called curling ribbon. You can use one color or you can mix them. And you will need between 10 to 12 strings and approximately 12 inches long. You will need then to gather all the ends of the strings with a little bit of clear tape. And then you will insert them through the hole. And you will also make a knot at the end. Once you have the knot, you will glue it to the middle of the flap. And you want to make sure that this is very secure, so you can add a little piece of cardboard on top. If you don't have a hot glue gun, you can also use tape, but just make sure that it's very, very well secured and attached to the flap. And there you have it. This is all you need to do. As I said, this is the very simple version where an adult will be holding the piñata and opening it for the kids. So all you have to do is hold the strings together and then pull it all at once, and the flap will open and it will release the candy. And now let's go over option number two, and this is when the kids are going to be the ones pulling the strings to open the piñata. So first you're going to take one string of ribbon, again around 30 centimeters long or 12 inches, and you're going to insert it through the hole, and this is the one string that will actually open the piñata. So you're going to take your hot glue gun and you're going to attach this string to the flap, similar to what I showed you in the previous method, except that here you are gluing only one string instead of the whole bunch. You can give it a good tug to make sure that it's properly attached, because as I said, this is a string that will actually open the piñata. So you can test it a couple of times, so you can make sure that it will work. So once you're happy with that, you can make a knot to the end of that string, just so that you know which is the one that will actually open the piñata. And this is just in case the kids need help. And now we're going to add the decoy strings, and these are the ones that will fall off when pulled. So you cut your strings approximately 30 centimeters long or 12 inches. You can use one color or different colors, and you should add at least 1 or 2 strings per kid and a few extras, so they are able to take turns and try several times, and this will make it more fun for them. So you already have your main string, the one that opens the piñata. And this is the one where you made the little knot. So then you gather all the ends of the strings and pass them through the hole. Do not glue or tape the strings together. They should be all loose and separate from each other. And then you're going to pull the endings to the opposite side of the flap, and you will take a small strip of cardboard that you will use to keep the ends of the strings in place. Now here is very important that you don't put any glue on the strings themselves, nor on the whole piece of cardboard. You want to put just enough glue to each one of the endings of the little strip, just to attach it to the main flap, and avoid getting any glue on the strings themselves. Otherwise they will not come off when pulled, which is not what we want, because we already have our main string that will open the piñata. which in this case is the white one. So now your decoy strings are in place, and when the kids pull them one by one, they will simply come off until one of them is the lucky one to choose the master string, and then the flap will open and it will release the candy. So let's check it out one last time. Remember that my white string is the master string that opens the flap, so when I pull the rest, they should simply slide right out. And you can also follow these steps to make a regular store-bought piñata into a pull string. And that's it. Now you can go ahead and fill your piñata and you are ready to party. And in case you want to make this #1 piñata from scratch, I will leave you the links to the tutorials in the description below. And remember that these tutorials are beginner friendly, so very simple. So that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you liked it, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, and see you for the next one.